Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to Siphon. So today's video is going to be talking about Fire Force, the anime. We're not going to touch it. I'm going to be talking about the collective episodes of Season 2, Episode 5, which is the newest episode that's been released. I'm going to be including all the information up to that point in the anime. So anything further I'm not going to be covering because this is the present day episode. So this video is going to be discussing Shinra's family and the various stories that we had which led up to this point. So as starting from episode 1, the introduction is that Shinra is basically seen as a devil because of his smile and because of his eyes. Now that specific look does look a bit scary, but obviously throughout the anime we find out that he looks like that because when he's nervous it's like a sort of tic that he has. It just happens, he can't really control it. So the first story they give us is that Shinra was basically attacked by some sort of monster or devil, and because Shinra had Generation 3 powers, he was basically blamed by the public that he burned down the house, and there was just so many rumors going around, we didn't know what exactly was true. The viewer at home obviously sided with Shinra and said that it was the devil's fault, the devil that basically burned down the place and killed his mom and mother. Later on, further into the anime, we find out that the so-called devil that Shinra hates with a passion is actually his mother. Shinra's mother basically turns into a special type of infernal called a demon infernal. Now these usually have specific abilities that are far greater than any other infernal. They also have specific features like horns. So that's the way to differentiate from regular infernals to demon infernals. The reason why his mother becomes a demon infernal is because of the Adola burst from Sho. Now Sho is Shinra's little baby brother, and at the time Sho basically activated his Adola burst, which is why when his mother was burned by the Adola burst, she basically turned into an infernal. Now this was actually caused by Umiya. So Umiya basically has the ability to use electric shock, and basically she uses that to control people. She did this to Sho as a baby, and he had no fighting chance since he couldn't control any of his abilities. So this is actually seen to be happening with another character called Captain Burns. He's said to have looked into hell itself, which is why his right eye actually inflames every time he's using his abilities. That's why he wears an eye patch as well. So he basically got his right eye taken away because he saw hell. Now this is very similar to what happened to Shinra's mom, which is why when she saw the Adola burst, which is one of the purest forms of fire, she actually activated into a demon infernal. So as of right now, everyone's speculating that Shinra's mother is dead because usually infernals do have a certain time limit before they just deteriorate, but we're not exactly sure how demon infernals, wither away. We're not exactly sure because in the anime it just showed that she ran away basically. Now for Shinra's brother Sho. Initially this story was that Sho's remains were actually found on the ground, which later we find out that was actually false. They were not his bones, and he's actually alive. He uses his own Adola burst, and he's currently with the evangelist trying to collect the pillars. Now we're not exactly sure what the pillars are yet, but we will be discussing that further throughout this channel. So at the end of season 1 we see Sho fight with Shinra, and basically in the entire time they're fighting, Shinra is trying to convince Sho that they are family and they should not fight. He's doing this in a sort of way where Sho can understand, because although Sho has great powers and he's really smart in battle, he's also still a kid. As we progress throughout the fight, we figure out that Shinra's new ability is to go so fast where he can go back in time. He also does his own form of Adola link. Now when he does link with his brother, he actually shows him memories of the past, of how he cared for him, and with him showing those memories, Sho basically begins to cry and realize that his brother does care for him. Then what happens next is somehow Sho basically gets controlled by someone else, and even though Sho wanted to come with his brother, he was basically forced to come back to the evangelist. Throughout the entire anime there were tons of different stories as to what happened to Sho and his mother and his entire family. There's around 6 different stories with each different details, but as of right now this is the current form of the story that we know. So Shinra's mother is presumably dead, Sho is still alive and a kid that is formed with the evangelist, and currently there is no form of father figure throughout the anime as of yet. So in the end, Shinra's family is pretty messed up, and Shinra's anger and emotions are currently really twisted because he thought that there was a random devil that decided to inflame his house, which is where all his hatred went to. Later on, as he figured out that it was his mom, he has nowhere to place that hatred, and we see that throughout the anime as he tries to figure out his feeling. But as of right now, that's it, guys. Thank you guys for watching this video. Hope you guys did enjoy it. Please be sure to let me know if I can fix anything, can change anything, or add something special next time. Let me know, guys. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.